Life comes in two formats: paying back and receiving end. Understand this. This is of great significance. You are either on the receiving end or you are either on the paying back mode. There are people who spend their whole life in suffering, whole life. And there are people who earn millions and millions of rupees and everything under the sky is what they achieve. This is because these people are at the receiving end, and those who are spending their whole life in suffering are in the paying back mode. And this is how the nature of existence is. Those who were first will have to be the last, and those who were last will be now first. So those who are at the receiving end and having all pleasures of life with absolutely not much of suffering, these all people are now first. Someday, sometime, in some birth, they were last, and you were first. Today, you are suffering, and they are enjoying. Tomorrow, they will suffer, and you will enjoy. This is how the cycle of birth and rebirth continues. Today, a person takes revenge. Tomorrow, the other person reacts and takes his revenge. It goes on and on and on. The cycle never ends. The cycle ends when you become aware, when you stop reacting, and when you learn to live your life in total acceptance. Few days ago, some person had asked about KAALSARPA YOGA. He said that when all planets fall between Rahu and Ketu, the pundits say it is KAALSARPA YOGA. Now, these people give all kind of scary names, and I don't know why they involve a innocent snake's name in all of this, because there is no such thing as KAALSARPA YOGA. It simply means that whenever your planets are between Rahu and Ketu, you are at the paying back mode. You are in the paying back mode. What it means is that you have to accept that you will be going through many sufferings, and if you could learn through those sufferings, then you can evolve into a much beautiful person. Many times the sufferings that come also transforms you into something so beautiful that you may not have imagined in your whole life. So when all the planets fall between Rahu and Ketu, no matter where Rahu and Ketu are placed, it is a simple indication that this birth you are going to be in the payback mood. What it means is that God has given you an opportunity, a very rare opportunity, to pay back for whatever karmas you had done in your past life. So it depends on your perspective. It depends totally on your perspective. When all the planets are enveloped within the Rahu Ketu axis, it simply means that this life is in payback mode. Much has to be paid, much has to be suffered, much has to be realized, and it is through this self-realization that the soul finally achieves liberation, moksha. So you see, the man who is enjoying all the pleasures of life, money, sex, fame, he is so much caught up. When will he have time to come back to his source? But a man who is suffering is slowly coming back to the source. So who is progressing in the true sense? You tell me. You all tell me. Who is progressing? Not the man who has a fat bank balance. Not the man who is driving luxury cars. But the man who is going through the fire of suffering. Because it is through the fire of suffering that finally you come to the light of consciousness. It is only when the iron rod goes through the fire that it comes out shining, glowing. It is true that while going through the fire, he may have to go through a lot of pain. But in the end, what evolves is simply beautiful. So always remember, every suffering is a blessing in disguise. Always remember this. Many times it happens that the man is good, but anger comes. And the moment you are angry, you do some foolish things. You do some terrible things. And then you regret your whole life. And then you have to pay back, because the karma that you have done because of your anger, that has to be settled. And that will settle only when you pay back. And this is how this life comes in existence, to pay back for the ignorant karma that you may have done in your past life. It happened with Judas, the closest disciple, who was really so close to Jesus, but still he became angry. And why he became angry is something very interesting to know. It happened so that one day Jesus declared, "Nobody is going to be my successor. I have not come here to create a dynasty, because my kingdom is of the other world. It is the kingdom of God." And this single declaration from the Master caused great pain to Judas, who was trying to become a successor to Jesus. That 1 foot distance between him and Jesus became a distance of thousands of miles. The same night, Judas betrayed Jesus. He sold him to the enemies, the Roman Empire, for only 30 silver coins. Of course, it was done in a very emotional and hasty way, and again in a very unconscious manner. This is the trouble with man, and this is the trouble with you also. In anger, you lose all your senses. You become extremely ignorant, and you take certain steps that you later heavily regret. But the time has gone, the damage has been done. Now there is no way out. The arrow has been shot from the bow. Now there is no returning. The action, karma, has been executed. Now there is no undoing. You have to pay back in this life or the life next. And Judas had to pay back heavily. And whoever has all the planets enveloped within Rahu Ketu also will have to pay back heavily. That is how the course of life is. That is how the nature of your life is. No matter how many rituals you perform, until you pay back, there is no way out. Until you go through the fire of suffering, there is no coming to awareness. The fire of suffering becomes the light of consciousness. Always remember this. Yes, Judas committed the greatest sin. Out of his desire, his anger, his ignorance, he sold the most innocent man, Jesus, for just 36 silver coins. But you still don't know what happened later. The story is still not over. When Jesus was crucified, Judas was in the crowd with tears in his eyes, and he threw away those 36 coins of silver pieces. He had never thought that was going to be the consequences of an act done in anger, in rage, in frustration. He was not thinking that this would mean crucifixion. And 24 hours after Jesus' crucifixion, Judas hanged himself from a tree and committed suicide. Christians don't talk about Judas much. In fact, Judas is not only one who betrayed his master. It has been happening almost always with every great master. Strangely enough, those who were very close have gone far away, and those who were far away had never thought, never dreamed of being very close have come close. Judas may be an utterly ignorant fool, but just by being in the presence of the Master had instilled some understanding, some blurred instances of consciousness, and it is this consciousness that finally made him realize his mistake, his ignorance. If you ask me, then before you point your finger towards Judas and start accusing him, first ask yourself how many of you have self-realized and accepted your mistakes. Judas did the cruelest thing, but he also did the most beautiful thing to himself. He accepted his mistake. He accepted how low he had fallen, and this consciousness would not let him live anymore. He finished himself by his own hands. That was the only way he could find. But at least he died in consciousness and not in ignorance. One has to pay back. Always remember, nothing comes for free. There is no free lunch. If someone is offering you something for free, then it is the due of your past good karma. And if you are offering someone for free, that is the credit recorded to your future life. Sai Baba at times used to pay a certain amount to some devotees, and at times would demand a certain amount from some devotees. The Leela of the Divine Masters is beyond the understanding of the common man. And so people would get confused. what is happening. The Lord of Lords, the greatest divine master, Sai Baba, demanding a few rupees? Why? One day, Sai Baba himself revealed the secret. When he demanded 5 rupees from a gentleman who had just arrived for his darshan, Baba said to his devotees, "Last life, this man had not paid me a certain amount that I was to receive from him. Now he has come, and I don't want to leave any balance behind." How beautiful is this, and how deep and how great. Sai Baba, the most compassionate divine master the world had ever known. And so the divine, benevolent, compassionate master, Sai Baba, would sometimes demand a certain amount from a devotee. The master can see the past and the future. The ways of the master are beyond the imagination of the common man. Much has to be revealed, much has to be realized, much has to be experienced, but only when you are willing to go with the flow. Surrender to Him, surrender to your Lord, to your Master. He can do more with it than you can. Surrender to Him in totality, and then you would experience every moment a miracle. And the day you start experiencing this, you know you are on the right track. Let God have your life. He can do more than you can. The purpose of astrology is not to see in the future. The real purpose is to find the present by being here in this now moment. When you focus on improving the present moment, the future takes care of itself. Astrology is precisely to help you to be here now by bringing awareness within you. The sole purpose of astrology is to make you aware, to help you to come closer to yourself, to help you to become more and more meditative. Live each moment completely, and the future will take care of itself. Fully enjoy the wonder and beauty of each moment. When you focus on every 1% with full attention, you don't have to worry about how the 100% is going to shape up. You don't have to worry about the future when you live moment to moment. You remain 100% attentive, and a man who remains totally attentive is bound to succeed. No one can stop him, and no one should. The secret to your success is simply in 3 miraculous words. Be here now. The sole purpose of meditation is to help you to be here now. Turn inwards, look within, and meditate.